We don't always feel beautiful every single day, and that can become a thing. And one of the questions I usually get asked by young ladies and even young moms like me is, IJ, how do you manage to stay so confident even on days you don't feel beautiful? Well, I don't used to be this confident. I think about 8, 10 years ago, I don't used to be this confident. Confidence isn't a reward for being beautiful. It is a constant practice, and that practice has nothing to do with perfection. There were seasons in my life where I avoided mirrors, not because I didn't own mirrors in my house, but because each time I looked in the mirror, I feel very uncomfortable. And so I constantly compared myself to women I see online, to my friends, to strangers that I even passed on the road. And then I told myself, you know what? When your body feels perfect, then you can be confident. When your face clears of all the acne, you can be confident. When you lose weight, you can be confident. But the truth hit me slowly and painfully when I realized that even when I've achieved that beauty, I still didn't feel confident. I had the order completely wrong. Hi, my name is Doris. I am a woman on transition. I am learning how to function in the full context of my power as a woman, as a wife, as a mom, without having to lose myself. And this channel is beautifully created for you, young lady, who is navigating through life, through relationship, and through marriage, and through the pressure of having everything figured out, but don't. So if you're learning how to heal, how to grow, how to build independence, and still show up fully as a woman, as a mom, as a wife, then you are highly welcome to IJ's world. Over here, we have so much fun learning, relearning, and unlearning tiny little habits that help us to become better versions of ourselves, mentally, emotionally, physically, and financially, without pretending that everything is perfect, because it is not. So if you're seeing my face for the first time, please do well to hit the subscription button below and turn on the notification bell to be the first to be notified when I post a video every Monday. So the 3 tiny habits that help me to build my confidence on a daily basis, especially as a mom who has gone under the knife 3 consecutive times and dealing with the wholesome body changes that come with postpartum, from belly pouch to skin acne to pigmentation, you name it. One of them is self-respect. Stop insulting yourself even as a joke. What are the kind of things you tolerate? How do you speak to yourself? What are the kind of things you allow people to say to you? You cannot constantly speak to yourself like an enemy and expect to feel confident. You can't constantly abandon yourself and expect to feel secure. Because most times, many women, what we struggle with isn't lack of confidence. We struggle with self-disrespect. Instead of being unkind to yourself with the kind of things you say to yourself and the kind of things you allow people to say to you, why not be neutral? Well, this is my body today. If there's anything that I imagine in my head for me to look like and my physical body isn't aligning to what my imagination is telling me, then you begin to ask yourself questions like, what do I need to do for me to look the way I picture myself in my head? What do I need to do to my physical body to look like my alter ego that I created? Then you start to think of improving on your skincare routine. You start thinking of how to improve on your wardrobe. You start improving on how to work on your vocabulary. It's one of the things that helped me to build confidence even on days I don't feel beautiful. The second one is very uncomfortable, but it's very powerful, and that is self-talk. Like, it's related to the first one, right? The voice in your head, is it kind to you? Because you constantly see yourself saying the kind of things you would never say to your friends, to your own self. My body is embarrassing. I am not that girl. My face is not looking pretty enough. This and that. My dentition has said it's not good, and that's why I don't like smiling. Well, newsflash, I have an asymmetrical face, meaning that my face is slanted by the side. Now, is it stopping me from creating content? Hell no, and it will never stop me from creating content. Why? Because I have risen above that. I found a way to do my content creation without having to feel less of myself because of asymmetrical face. Because what happens is when you begin to say these kind of limiting words long enough to yourself, your body starts to believe it. Your mind starts to believe it. Real confidence grows when you change the conversation in your head. I'm not talking about fake positivity or lying to yourself. I'm talking about being real with yourself about the limitations you think you have and how you can relate those limitations to yourself in a very kind way that would help you to picture ways to cope with them or even solutions to them, and not allow them to limit you from achieving what you want to achieve. But 3 is self-care. Self-care goes beyond skincare routines and beautiful, expensive luxury dresses. They are beautiful if you can afford them. But self-care is resting without feeling guilty. Self-care is Eating because you deserve nourishment and not punishment, because some of us we navigate through junk and a lot of unhealthy things just because we want to satisfy a particular craving. Self-care is moving your body because you love it, not because you hate it. Exercise your body, take walks, exercise. If you can afford the gym, you can take walks around your area. Self-care is you learning and unlearning practices that would help you to improve yourself. Self-care is when you stop using your physical beauty as a measurement of your value. Your value is stable. Beauty is going to fade. Your skin is going to change. You're going to get older, but your value stays stable. And what helps you to build value is when you learn, when you unlearn, when you practice responsibility non-negotiables daily, when you practice spiritual non-negotiables, praying devotion with God, when you practice personal development non-negotiables on a daily basis. These are the things that would help you to build your self-care routine. If there are other habits that you practice to help you stay confident on days you don't feel beautiful, please do well to type them in the comments. Let's continue this conversation in the comment, because I don't want this video to be too long, right? But I'm going to end by saying this: confidence is not loud. It is so calm. It is you standing so tall on days you don't feel beautiful. It is you saying to yourself, I may not feel confident today, but I deserve respect. It is you telling yourself, I may not like my body today, but I'm not going to hate it. Confidence is you showing up every single day without waiting to feel beautiful. It is a constant practice, and the practice has nothing to do with perfection. If you know a woman who is quietly struggling with insecurity, please share this video with her. She might need it. And I'm going to see you on the next video. Bye, yeah.